Stu here with Rage Shadow Legends. What we're going to be talking about is counterattack order and speed order, how they're different, how to squeeze out just a little bit more damage or more damage from your clan boss battles or your ultra clan boss battles, which is what I am working on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each of my champions, show you their actual speed so we can see what their turn order attack will be like. And then I'm going to show you a diagram, a chart, which will show you counterattack order. And I'm going to put numbers up at the bottom of my champions in this ultra nightmare clan boss run, where you'll be able to see their counterattack order as well. So what we're really trying to do is minimize and maximize the most damage we can get, because the ultra clan boss is really hard, and really, of course, in any clan boss. That way we can do the most damage as possible. We can go back through our gear. Of course, this is stuff you might have already thought about, stuff you might have worked on before. It's always good to have a refresher, and maybe now you might say, hey, let me go back and look through my guys, see how I'm playing them, and maybe make a few adjustments and get some more damage out of your team. So we are going to go into the ultra clan boss. Here we go. This is the chart I'm talking about. Go ahead and copy this if it's on your phone, just to remember that whenever you counterattack, you're going to attack first here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if I had a debuff extender, if I had Tyrell, he would go here. Most people do, so they go the attack down first, because you always want the attack down to land first. That way it's not clogged up with a whole bunch of debuffs from other people going first, and then you're not able to get that attack down, because it's the most important thing to have. Otherwise, you could wipe. And then you want your defense down so you can get some more damage. You can have Rosin here to get a weaken down, whatever you use. Poisoner here, and then you want your debuff extender, your Septimus, your Warlord last on your counterattack order. Now this is for counterattacks. That way you get all those debuffs up in this order, and then your extender will be last and will extend those debuffs. So that's all we're going to go over here. We're going to also go over the speed of each of our units and how that plays a role. So let's go into the Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. So we're going to have Boom first, second, third, fourth, fifth is how they're going to do. Rosin's attack doesn't matter, because when he counterattacks back on his basic, it's just a 3-turn basic. There's no special debuff that's going to be going on there. Bad L as well, but he's lead. He's going to get stunned a lot, so I just threw him in there as the leader. So we're going to have Altan doing his attack down first. So that way, again, say there's 9 debuffs up and he attacks, then he'll have a chance to put it on there. If somebody else were to go ahead of him, maybe they clog it up and he wouldn't be able to put on that 10th debuff. And then we're going to slow it down in here in just a second and see about counterattack order. And we're going to have these numbers come up that are going to show us the counterattack order as well. So here we go. We are going to see here we go. Here's our speed for our team and how they attack, and here's our counterattack order right now. Boom, Bad L went, Altan went, Martyr went, Steel Skull, and then here. And then again, we want Altan to go before anybody else, because if you only have 10 debuffs, you can only put up 10 debuffs. If you have 8 or 9 up, and then all these other people were to counterattack before Altan, Steel Skull especially, or even Martyr putting up the decreased defense if it wasn't already up, could block us from getting an attack down, and then later on in the waves, this will cause a wipe, and we will not get as much damage. So this is how you always want your attack down to go in there first, followed up by whatever else to decrease defense or weaken so you can get more damage by your following people. So when they attack, like a Steel Skull to put up his debuffs, they're doing more damage overall. And then, of course, if you have your extender, you want your extender right here at 5 to extend any debuffs you have up. So that's counterattack order. You're going to see that happen throughout the whole fight. So whenever you see counterattacks happen, look at that and you will see it is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So be mindful. Take a copy of that chart that I posted earlier and set up your guys in the order that works best for you. Now, speed order is a little bit different. Speed order for my teams are a little bit different, and a little bit different I've done here because I have counterattack and because I'm fighting the Ultra Clan Boss. So for here, the Ultra Clan Boss speed is at 190. So I have my Martyr at 191. Now, if you've been watching, it's perfect. It sets up counterattack on auto even to match up just perfectly with all his counterattacks, with his 2 AoE, with his 2 AoE attacks. It's been beautiful. I didn't think it would match up this well, but it does. With her 3-turn cooldown, her cooldown is during this time when he does his single target damage, and then she'll immediately put it back up, boom, and you're good to go for 2 more counterattacks for his 2 AoEs. It's so beautiful. So what you always want to do is you want to have your counterattack Valkyrie, Martyr, Skull Crusher at 191, and definitely the slowest out of all your people. Now this is speed attack, because if you have Martyr start the game, and she's the fastest, she's going to buff herself up, give everybody a counterattack, and then your heroes are going to go before. They're all going to be faster than the clan boss, so they're all going to go before the clan boss. So they're going to drop off one turn of counterattack, and then the clan boss is going to go, and then they're going to be done taking another turn. So you don't want that counterattack to drop off so quickly. You want all your guys to attack first, then you want Martyr to go last. That way they have a good full 2 turns of counterattack, and it doesn't drop off as quickly. So always make sure that Martyr is last, and I would put her at 191, depending on your team comp, depending on your speed. If you want to do like a speed team with Apothecary, and you're using something else, then that's a totally different story. But with counterattack, Skull Crusher, Valkyrie, Martyr, the best I've seen is to put them at 191, right above the clan boss, and you will get the counterattack on perfect order all the time. It's been beautiful. If you've been watching this, you've seen. And then I've got my other guys. It just depends on how you want your speed order. Like when I start the fight, I kind of want my Bad L to put up poisons, because anybody attacks then will do 15% additional damage. So I kind of need to have my Bad L a little bit faster than Altan. I need to make him. That way Altan will follow up and do more 15% more damage, because it'll have a poison up. I'm sure it'll have a poison up. And then so on. And then you want your Rosin. Then you could have your Rosin come in to do his. You can even have him come in first or right after Bad L, so I can make him faster. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if Rosin started out the first, is the fastest, hit the clan boss, and gave him decreased defense and decrease in the weaken. That way Bad L would go, increase the damage by 15%, and then Altan would go, and then Steel Skull would go, and then Martyr would go. So maybe that would be, some of the best orders I could do. Something like that to squeeze out a little bit more damage. It's only really going to play a big part when you very first start the fight. And I think later on in rounds, it won't be that big of a deal. But it could. It could make a difference. It could add up. That little bit of damage over time can add up to quite a bit. Now, also, I've been going on auto this whole time. And Steel Skull has been doing his heal and attack defense increase a lot. And he didn't need to. A lot of times he didn't need to. So there are things I could do on manual. But as far as doing auto, these guys are great. Everything that they do is perfect on auto, except for Steel Skull doing that heal and doing that increased defense. But everything else they do, I don't even need to manual at all, because they're all doing it exactly what they should be doing at exactly the right times. So I never have to worry about it. The only one I have to worry about is this guy right here. He's the only one I could squeeze out a little bit extra damage with by doing it manual instead of him doing the AoE heal and the buff. But other than that, it's going great. And it looks like I'm fading out. All our stuff's fading out now. So take a picture back, mental note of what was going on. So that's it. That is turn order, speed order for your actual turns, and then counterattack order. So again, it's probably stuff that you guys have thought about, have known about, have heard about, and maybe you set it up a while ago and you need to go back and look through, because we change gear all the time. We farm for gear all the time. So things do change. You might want to look at your top 5 that you're using. See where they're at. Make sure that if you have counterattack, that your counter... Ooh, I apologize for that. Sorry. So sorry for that. It is clan boss reset time. For some reason, I'm always recording when the clan boss resets and my alarm goes off. So make sure that your counterattack person is the slowest out of all your guys, so that they will buff up last, and you'll have counterattack for a longer duration instead of it falling off right away. And then to make sure whatever else you need to do speed order wise, turn order wise, that you get in there and get the most damage before your other people attack. If you can do somebody like Rosin is the fastest, which it looks like I would like to try out and do, that way you can come in there and then the rest of my guys can follow. And then the counterattack order, which we went over many times already, to make sure you attack in the right counterattack order to get that attack down so it's not clogged up, and to get those other things up before your extender or before your other damage dealers go. Make sure you get an attack down in there, things of that nature. So that's really it. That is the meat and potatoes of all this, and I hope it helps somebody out. I hope somebody says, I didn't really think about that before, or I thought about it a while ago, and I haven't gone back and refreshed and looked through it. So that's the whole point of this, is to really just to help out a few people and for all of us to try to get better at the clan boss. But I do have a question for Plarium. Here's my team. I almost did 17 million, 99% auto. Only I could squeeze out maybe 1 more million. I've got 4 legendaries, 1 epic. Plarium, how am I supposed to 3-key this comfortably? You don't want to force people to 4-key and worry about making sure I get 4 keys in there, throughout my daily daytime. 3-keying this on auto should be possible right now. I feel that in my bones, because what kind of testing did Plarium do for this clan boss for me to come in here with a counterattack person and all these other legendaries and not be able to 3-key it on auto. It just doesn't make any sense. How is any person that doesn't have a counterattack like Martyr gonna be able to do this? You can't build a game based around 3 champions that have counterattack unless you want to make a 2-set artifact piece that gives you counterattack every 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So every 3 turns they're getting a 2-turn counterattack. It's just not reasonable. It's not fair. And it really needs to be balanced. It needs to be worked out. You can't build content around people having counterattack or ultra legendaries to be able to do things. Every single one of these guys on here has plus 16 gear on every slot. And it's mainly epic, legendary, or at least good for that slot and position. They all have 230 to 250 accuracy. They you know, I don't understand. I want Plarium to please go back, retest this Ultra Clan Boss. Let me know your thoughts, Plarium. Let me know what you're thinking and why you think it should be this way, or maybe adjust it so that people like myself and other people who don't have Martyr or counterattack can come in here and actually do something. Because right now, to me, it is completely unreasonable. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to myself, to people who spend money, even whales. If they're unlucky and don't get the right stuff, whales can whale out all day. It doesn't mean they're going to pull these specific legendaries. I know ones that have like 30 different legendaries, but they don't have Martyr. It happens. So please, Plarium, let me know what's going on. Now I'm just going to go over my champions so you can see all their gear. You can see their skills, he needs skills still. Raza needs skills in his skill too. You're going to see their masteries. And then at the very end of this video, you are going to see the diagram again. So if you're still here with me, hey, thanks for hanging out. But there's really not a lot left. It's just showing you my guys really quick, showing you their masteries. Nothing too fantastic, nothing too great, but just showing also Plarium. Please, 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 Plarium. I want to talk with Plarium, and I want to see what did they test us with? What do they expect from us? Are they really expecting us to, I mean, I can't 5-key it. I can't even 4-key it right now. So I can't 4-key this. I can't 4-key it, and I've got 4 legendaries and an epic, and everybody's got plus 16 gear. They've got good speed. They've got 257 accuracy. You know, why can't I at least, I should be able to easily 4-key this, if not 3-key it, because if I can't 4-key it with this, if I can't 3-key it with this, then the normal average 90% of your player base who doesn't have a Martyr or a Valkyrie, and Valkyrie isn't anywhere near as good on the clan boss as Martyr is, because she doesn't have the decreased defense, and if they don't have a Steel Skull, isn't anywhere near as good as either one of them, or Skull Crusher, I'm sorry, because he doesn't do counterattack on himself. So it's just, I don't see how it's supposed to be tuned this way. I think it needs to be readjusted. I really think it needs to be looked back through and readjusted and see what we can do to make this better overall for all your players who are behind you 100%, but want the game to be better for all of us, that want it to be fun, that want it to be enjoyable. We work hard for all our champions, and we work hard to make them better. We farm all the time, and you know, we need to get rewarded for that. We really do. We need to get rewarded for it. We need to have a way, since I've got time left, it looks like we need to have a way to be able to get a legendary book every week, like all the other games do, for skill ups, like with a clan boss, you know, shop or an arena shop. That needs to be in the game. And along with that, definitely we need to look at the clan boss. We need to see what's going on with the clan boss, because people who are only doing really well are people with Septimus, Warlord, other legendaries that just do massive damage on the clan boss. They can easily pull off 10 million, 11 million, 12 million, not easily, but they can pull that off on the clan boss in the same time that I just did, because they have specific champions. And then also you've got people that are just cheesing the game and doing the clan boss just like they did before. This isn't new. They're doing the unkillable. They're doing the block damage. The clan boss just needs to hit through that. Program the clan boss and to show in its passive that it goes through unkillable and that it goes through block damage. There's no reason that people should be exploiting the game when all of us are out here working hard to play the game the way it's supposed to be. Also, you need to put a cooldown on the clan boss as far as clans, people jumping clans and doing extra clan boss attacks, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this video. I don't really care from you players, because it's fair. It's what needs to be done in the game to make it fair for all of us. We don't need people exploiting and taking advantage of a situation of the game and how it is. We don't need to be giving Plarium wrong data so that they can look at their spreadsheets and go, oh, all these people are doing the clan boss and they're doing 60 million in one go over 1 hour. Come on, Plarium. If you play the game, you know what's going on. You know they're exploiting it or using features that it's not supposed to be done that way. So go ahead and make the clan boss hit through that kind of feature, hit through those things, and then make it so people can't jump clans all the time and attack different clan bosses like they've been doing for the last year. This isn't new. People have been jumping clans for the last year and getting the Nightmare Clan boss 6 times sometimes, 3 different clans, downing it enough to get it 6, 8 times a day, while the normal average player isn't going to go and jump clans and do that kind of thing because it's just not right. Any other company by now would have taken care of that situation. They would have fixed it. They would fix this unkillable situation. They would go back and test this clan boss to make sure it is reasonable, it is fair, it is what it should be. And they would make sure that people can't jump around from clan to clan. That's why all other games have a cooldown. When you leave any kind of other game, it has a cooldown. So here's a chart. I'm sorry, I went off on a rant. I'll talk to Plarium about all this stuff. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Hopefully this helped out a few people. And if it did, let me know in the comment below. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. And I'll see you all on the next video.